Oh, hello, friend. Come, join us by the fire. The story's about to begin.
Welcome back to Waves of Madness, a special Halloween one-shot for Fireside Dice. Are we ready to fight some monstrosities?
Yeah, we've been waiting so long for this, okay?
It's been a whole 2 weeks. Alright, so I got the initiatives from last episode already, ready to go. Unfortunately, at the moment, Riley, our player for Goar, has lost connection, and hopefully he'll be able to pop back in at some point before the fight is over. But if not, I have plans. I can get Goar out of the picture.
Don't say it like that.
The one person that I saved from going in the water.
you did it too good.
All right, so we got the initiative, and we're gonna start with Uncle Feldius. He is our first one to go. He's gonna turn his gaze to you, Zoltan, and he's gonna just smile, shake his head, and say, "What a disappointment." He's going to rear back and thrust an arm forward, and the arm transforms into this like fleshy mass, glistening, and it launches out at you. Does a 14 hit?
No, it does not.
All right, so you duck to the side, and this fleshy mass flies past and smashes into the water before sucking back to him, and he chuckles like, "Good reflexes." Next one is the large Minotaur. So the Minotaur, I described it a little wrong last episode. The Minotaur rose up from the sand and the beach right next to Goar. And he just sort of turns to Goar and says, "You thought you had me dead, but your past will always haunt you." And he reaches over. Goar is still kind of dazed from the stunning strike. He reaches over, grabs Goar around the neck, and shoves him down into the sand, and both of them disappear into the sand at the beach and are off the battlefield. Tepi,
We lost a player.
it's your turn.
Cool. Wow. How do I follow that up? So she's facing the vampire conquistador, and I think she stands frozen for the round. Honestly, I think she's too shocked. This is not something she expected to see here, and she's afraid. In short, yeah, she's afraid, and so she locks up. Shooting myself in the foot. Don't mind me.
Don't worry, I do it all the time.
She still has Zoltan's sword, though, so.
Tepi, you see this monster, the same creature who killed all of your friends, all of the babies that you were sworn to protect. You watch as it leers at you, fangs bared white, and you just freeze, unsure what to do, terror taking over your form. The devil is going to go next. Karg, you see the one, you can tell from the basic shape of this monstrosity. You don't see the illusion, but you see the basic shape, and you kind of get the idea of what it's meant to represent. And it starts cackling, this harsh, dry cackle.
Do I hear it in my ears or in my head?
Both. You hear it coming from the monstrosity, but you also hear it in the back of your head. And you hear the voice say, "Didn't quite get my likeness, but I appreciate the effort." Okay, the monstrosity is going to reach down, and you don't see chains. What you see is coiled like flesh and tentacles and seaweed with bits of sharp rock poking out. It grabs one of that off its waist, and it lashes it out at you. Does a 24 hit you, Karg?
It does. Can I attempt to deflect missile
That's a good question.
as a
If it's
reaction?
a ranged attack, then yes. If it's a
It's
melee
not.
attack.
It's a melee weapon attack.
Melee? Okay. I wasn't sure since it was being thrown, but
Yeah.
yeah, that definitely hits.
All right, so you take 9 points of piercing damage. Slashing damage, sorry. And you are now currently grappled as this monstrous chain wraps around you, the stones biting into your skin through your tunic, and it coils you up. And on your turn, you'll be able to have a chance to break out of that. And it's actually your turn, so go ahead. Go ahead and try and break
Awesome.
out of it.
All right. What would this be
Grapple. I have
Strength,
that pulled up.
dexterity. For a monk, it could technically be either, right? Since dexterity and strength scores kind of swap on a lot of things, but I mean that's the same score for me either way.
It doesn't tell me in the book what it is, so I'm gonna let you choose if it's a strength or a dexterity.
It's the same either way, but 17.
Which one are you doing, dexterity or strength?
Dexterity.
Dexterity. All right, so this chain wraps around you, bites into you, and you just sort of shrug your shoulders in such a way that you like shove it off of your shoulders back into the water, and the devil pulls it back to itself. And you are now free to do your turn.
All right. How far away is he?
He is 10 feet away from you.
I am going to close the distance, and I will attempt a unarmed or a strike with my quarterstaff.
All right, go ahead.
It's a 16 to hit.
That hits. Go ahead and roll me
Awesome.
damage.
6. And then I'm going to take my next to do a flurry of blows. 21 to hit.
That hits.
It's 2 strikes, right, for flurry of blows? Yeah. Do I roll for
Yeah.
both of them, or do I just roll for one of them?
Roll for both.
Okay.
It's 2 separate attacks.
15 to hit.
That hits.
7 for the first attack, and a 6 for the second attack. Now, remind me, because I'm rusty with monks. Flurry of blows. Is that part of my second attack action,
That
or
is
is it a
your
bonus?
bonus action.
That's what I thought. So I still have another action.
Another attack if you
Attack
do
action.
the attack.
Right. And then I will go ahead and go for one more strike then. That is 13 to hit.
That hits.
That is a 6 as well. And that would be my turn.
It's on to Zoltan.
Both dread and absolute fury comes over Zoltan. He reaches for the sword. Do you give me the sword?
Yeah, she is not going to fight to hold on to it.
So taking the sword, he runs his hand over the top of it and says, "Here comes the boom." And he has this absolute livid look on his eyes as he walks up to this image of his uncle and he says, "See if you're proud of me this time." And he's going to go ahead and just lay in.
All right, walking up to him to get melee distance.
Yes, and that is a critical to hit.
All right. The way I'm going to do criticals in this one shot is roll your damage as if it wasn't a critical, and then add the maximum of your damage die on top of that.
Oh,
So basically
okay,
roll
okay.
it as if the first time you rolled damage, it was maximum plus a little extra. And then add
So-
the modifier once.
I have this. The Thunderous Smite is going to go off, which is an extra 2d6. And then I'm going to pop in another first level spell slot for a Divine Smite. He's not happy. 19 plus another d6. 20. 20 plus 24. Because all of the smite damage doubled as well?
No, just the weapon damage.
Just the weapon damage. Okay, so 20 plus 12, 32, 35 damage on that hit.
The boom indeed.
Oh, yes. That is very impressive.
I
Something
really
have a
wish
plan
that
B.
you had given me all of that smite damage too. That would have been something else.
You would have killed
But
him at that point.
Well, I have a second attack. How does 16 sound to you?
Sounds like it hits.
All right. Let's pop off another first level spell. He is not playing around with this. 9 and 13 is 22.
All right.
And that is 3 of my 4 first level spells gone.
So, Zoltan, in this fury, you rush up to this facade of your uncle, and you bring your sword up with a thunderous boom, blowing like a good chunk of this creature away. And for you, the illusion drops at that point. You no longer see your uncle. You just see this mass of rock and flesh. And
I don't think that he's worried about that.
So you blow off a chunk of this creature, and then you bring the sword back down and cut it in half, and it just falls over into the water and disperses. And now it's the vampire's turn. The vampire is going to rush up to you, Tepi, and he's going to try and tackle you. So I want you to make me I'm going to say a strength saving throw at disadvantage because you were petrified with fear.
I did it to myself. With disadvantage?
Yep.
That is a 3.
All right. So yeah, this monster like runs up to you, just football player, picks you up and throws you into the water, and then it's going to go in for a bite attack.
Okay.
Okay.
Does an 8 hit you?
No,
Dang.
it does not.
Okay, he does not bite you yet, but you are grappled, barely keeping your head above the water.
Okay.
And then it will be not Feldius, because he got murdered.
Yeah, dang straight.
So next, after all that happens, the sand over by the beach erupts, and that Minotaur monster from earlier bursts back out of the sand, no sign of Goar. And he's going to be just close enough to run up to Zoltan. And he's going to take his Morning Star, and he's going to bring it straight down on your head. 21 to hit.
That will hit.
All right. All right, that's 11 bludgeoning damage. He's going to bring it down on your head and then just roar in your face, and the stench of rot and blood fills your nostrils. And then it's going to be Tepi's turn. You are currently grappled.
This is not going as I had foreseen. Let's do this. Okay. I am going to wild shape into a crocodile.
Heck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Do you want to do it as a mosasaurus?
What's the CR on that?
Well, the mosasaurus, just like flavor it like that instead
Yeah,
of
you're
just
still a
like,
That's
crocodile,
true.
but you look like a dinosaur crocodile.
Yeah. Let's do that. I'll do that, yeah. Look
Heck
like a dino crocodile.
All right.
Mhm. And I'm going to try to break the grapple, just like thrashing back and forth.
You can do the
Yeah.
crocodile death roll.
death roll.
All right.
Mhm.
Go ahead. What would that be? That would be... I'm
I
just
would
going to
say
roll for the
grapple
vampire to see if he can hold on.
Okay. Do you want to do it contested?
Sure. What did
Is
you
that
get?
strength?
Yes.
Oh, I haven't rolled. It's a 14.
I rolled a 20. Dirty 20.
Dang.
So you're thrashing
Okay.
around in this water, but he is still managing to hold on to you.
I can breathe underwater at least now.
Yep.
Or I can hold my breath.
All right, is that your turn?
That is my turn then.
He's going to attack you with the chain again. Try and coil it around you. Does a 14 hit?
It does not.
Okay, how about... That one doesn't hit either. Okay. He's whipping the chains wildly around you, and you're just dodging from side to side. In your head, you hear, "No, this is not good. I would have had you down in a heartbeat. This
Shut
is
up.
such a pale comparison."
Just be quiet.
All right, and that is now your turn.
All right. I am going to... Oh, I should have done this last time. We're going to do this time, though. All right, I'm going to do just a normal attack here. That's a 6 to hit. Does not hit.
No,
I would
it does
not
not
think.
actually.
And we're going to attempt another attack here, because I do have the 2. That would be a 13 to hit.
That hits.
Awesome. That is a 7
7 damage.
to hit. 7
Or
damage, yeah.
7 damage. Okay.
That's what I meant. And then, is he still standing?
Yep.
Still?
Still up.
Okay. Great. We're going to do another flurry of blows. Should be 2. Just roll 2d20. That is a 9 and a 14.
Yeah, both hit.
Oh, wow. Okay, awesome.
Dang.
That is a 5 damage for each of them. And then
So 10 total or 5 total?
10 total.
10 total.
And we are going to use the open hand technique. I need a strength DC 13 saving throw. And if he fails, he cannot take a reaction until my next turn.
That is a 1 that I rolled on the die, so he is incapacitated.
Awesome. Well, he can still take an action. He just can't take a reaction.
Okay.
So, people gang up on him.
And is that your turn?
That's my turn.
All right, Zoltan, you've got a giant minotaur monster.
That was cute. He lifts his sword up above his head, says, "This divine lightning shall pierce the sky." And I'm going to do Branding Smite.
Okay.
So, let's go ahead and do our version of braining him. This dice is doing so good for me. It's a critical.
Woo!
I'm
Wait a minute, I just
also
remembered
going-
how much damage your criticals do. No.
So, we have the Branding Smite, which is an extra 2d6. So we have our 2d6 plus 3, plus an additional 2d6, plus an additional 3d8, because I'm going to dump a second level spell into a smite. We're just going through everything. We're going to burn it all right here, because Zoltan is ticked. He is done. That is spicy. Okay. 10 plus 16, 26, 29, plus 12, 29 and 12, 41, right? Plus 3, 44 points of damage.
That was exactly his health.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
then
Wow.
he's going to move over, and he's going to use his second attack on this demon-looking guy that's up above. How about a 13?
13 hits.
No extra bonuses, just 2d6 plus 3.
Do 2 damage.
13.
Yep, that's
13
more than
damage, 13 to hit.
All right, so you take out this minotaur monster in one swoop, rush up to the demon, and just batter it to the ground, and they both dissolve into the water. All that's left, seemingly, is the vampire currently grappling with this dino croc, but then suddenly it dissipates into the water as well. They're all gone. For a moment, you all look around like, is that it? What's going on? Before the water starts to bubble and ripple, tentacles slashing and flying all around outside, and this creature flies up out of the water, hovering just above the surface of it. It looks to be like it was once a human sailor, but he's now grotesquely bloated and changed. His arms are both these long, lashing tentacles. And you watch as the viscera and the remnants of the monsters you just fought fly out of the water to around him and form this like bulking up armor. It starts hovering towards you all. Recognizing, Zoltan, that you are the one that did the most work on its minions, you watch as its head, which it is just one singular purple eye with a white iris, turns in your direction, focuses in on you. Okay, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, that's my best one, you know. Oh no! Hubris, thy name is wisdom. 7.
7. All right. Cool.
Right.
You fail. You are now under the frightened condition for 1 minute.
Hold on. I think there's a thing for this. I don't think I can be frightened.
Listen to my description of the monster again and tell me you wouldn't be afraid of that.
Skylar's like, bet.
Fine. Okay. Yeah, that's at level 10.
Cool. So you have disadvantage on all ability checks and attack rolls, while the source of your fear is within line of sight, and you cannot move willingly closer to the source of it.
I've gone and used all my spell slots. You don't need to worry about me anymore.
And after it applies that effect to Zoltan, its 2 long tentacles on either side of its body is going to lash out at Goar and Tepi.
Of course. Okay.
22 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right. 17 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. And that goes to the wild shape, though.
Yep.
Which is
it does.
convenient.
So now it is Tepi's turn.
Cool. Not grappled or anything, right?
Nope. You are completely free.
Okay.
And when I say the thing's
I-
hovering above the water, it's not like really high up. It's just above the surface, so you can all still hit it with melee stuff.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I'm going to revert to my normal form. That takes my bonus action.
Okay.
And then I am going to cast Scorching Ray. That is one action. And all of them are going to be targeted on the hovering nightmare.
Okay.
So I need to make a ranged spell attack for 3 rays. This is just going to be at 2nd level. So the first... okay, let me ask you. Do you want me to roll all of the attacks first and then do damage for the ones that hit, or do it one by one?
Do them all at once.
That is a 22, a 21, and a 23.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they all hit.
Oh.
Okay. That is 16 points of fire damage. So you see the Dino Croc suddenly morph back into Tepi, and you see her cast out both hands, and these rays of fire, each one arcing off kind of in its own way, but then curving back around to the creature and slamming into the sides.
Karg, it's your turn.
All right. How far away is the creature?
20 feet away.
Okay. Karg is going to move to flank it, if that is possible.
It's not next to anyone, so you won't be flanking, but you can move up to it. Do you want to move
Okay.
up and around it, is what you're saying? Or
Yeah, I'll just kind of get around it.
30 is your
I've got-
speed, right?
50.
50. Oh, wow. Okay, so yep. You are now behind it.
All right. Karg is going to rear back with a... we're going to do 2 quarterstaff attacks. Let's see. 18 for the first one and 9 for the second.
First one hits, second one does not.
And that is 10 damage on the first. And then we are going to... let's see. Spend another key point. And attempt stunning strike. Let's see. Now, do I have to clarify stunning strike before the melee weapon attack? Or do you just hit, declare the attack, and then they have to roll for the DC?
If it matches other mechanics I know of, I think it's you can declare it after you roll to hit, but before you know the result.
Of the
I
damage?
think. Jens can correct me on that one.
That sounds accurate.
Okay.
Okay. So do we want to hold off on that since we already called damage?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do a flurry of blows as well.
Okay.
So 2 more attacks. 21 and 22.
Both hit.
That is 10 damage total. So Karg has got his staff in hand and seems very focused on what he wants to do and just continually is bashing into the side of this creature, trying to swat away the tentacles and just driving at and trying to get towards the center fleshy bits.
All right. Zoltan, it is your turn.
Zoltan, looking at this thing, looking at this fear-inspiring object, he's gonna start circling, having a hanging guard position, sword hanging just in front of him, ready to bat anything away. So I'm gonna move and I'm gonna take the dodge action, so that way any attacks against me have disadvantage.
Okay. So you move in just 30 feet circular around it.
Trying to get out of the water as much as I can without getting closer to it.
Now it is going to be its turn. So it's going to spin in the air and look down at you, Karg, with its purple eye. It's going to stare into your soul. And it is going to inflict... oh, yes. I need you, Karg, to roll me... let's see, what is it? I think it's a D100.
Oh. 65.
All right, as it turns and it stares down at you, you feel this force penetrate your brain, and you blink your eyes and you look around. Suddenly, you're back in that fiery, dark landscape on the torturer's table. Asther standing above you, cackling and holding a dagger, ready to go in for a stab. You have a disadvantage on all ability checks for the next minute. And you are experiencing a vivid hallucination, meaning you can't actually see the battlefield anymore.
Do I hear Aster talking to me?
Yes, actually. As this hallucination falls over you, Aster just starts chuckling to himself. He's like, Ah, yes. Good times, I remember that. We should do that again. We should go back. Oh, wait, we're here. And then while he's hallucinating, the monster is going to spin again and lash out a tentacle at Tepi. Try and hit Tepi again. 12 to hit?
That does not hit.
Okay, so the tentacle just splashes into the water next to you and you get soaked, but no harm done. Now it's your turn.
Excellent. I am going to... Actually, let me check my range on stuff real fast. How far away am I from this thing?
10 feet.
10 feet. Yeah. We're going to back up just a little bit. I'll back up like 20 feet. So there's a nice 30 feet buffer between us.
All right. It's going to take an opportunity attack as you back away.
Oh, crap. Okay.
Because it has
Also,
the reach to have hit you at that distance. These are very long tentacles.
That's great. Also, I just realized back will put me deeper into the water. So not back, but I'll shuffle off to like this side. So I'm still at like the same depth. I'll take
as you step away, you just happen to step over the tentacle that tried to hit you. And I just rolled a natural 20 to attack you.
Yeah.
So that's going to be 42 bludgeoning damage as this tentacle whips you up into the air, and then you fall and hit the ground again. But you are now away from it. It flung you away. So the distance you would have moved, you are away from it. You're out of reach.
Great. Okay.
Is there anything you want to do with the rest of your turn out there?
Yeah. No, there is something. It's just deciding what the course of action is going to be. You know what? We're going to cast Flaming Sphere at 3rd level.
Okay.
So let me double check that.
What are the dimensions of the flaming sphere? Is it just a 5x5?
So, yep, it's a 5-foot diameter sphere. Appears within an unoccupied space of your choice and within range. So hovering slightly above the water, and I'm gonna put it on the opposite side of where
Karg is.
I forget my half. Thank you. Yes, where Karg is. So I don't have to worry about him.
All right.
Walking into it. I mean, I might. I don't know that he's hallucinating, but okay. So that is the action, and then bonus action, ram it into the creature.
Okay. And what does that do?
So if you ram the sphere into a creature, the creature must make the saving throw against the sphere's damage. So you have to make a saving throw, please. So a dexterity saving throw. DC is 15.
17.
Okay, so it will take half the damage.
Okay.
I believe. Let me double check. Yeah, half as much as on a successful one. So 3d6. Let me roll that real fast. It's going to take 3 damage.
Okay.
Better than nothing.
It's, you know what? Every little bit counts, right? Could have healed myself. No. 3 damage.
Okay.
That's what I did with my turn. That's it. That's all I've got.
All right, Karg. It's your turn. Under the hallucination, you can't see the battle. At the end of your turn, you can make a wisdom save to get rid of the effect.
I didn't get a save last turn.
Did you not?
No.
Go ahead and roll it real quick.
Nat 20.
Okay, yeah, you save.
This dice likes me.
In the hallucination, I'm bound, I assume.
It looks like it, yes.
Can I still move my body, though, despite that?
Yes, if you try to move, you do successfully move. And in the hallucination, it just looks like you break out of your bonds. And you're able to move, you just don't know where you're going.
Okay. Well, if I'm hallucinating Aster, that's what I'm attacking. So, as soon as my hallucinating self thinks it can hit, it's going to just start swinging wildly.
Okay.
So,
go ahead and give me a attack roll at disadvantage.
Okay. That would be 10.
10. That does not hit.
Okay. And I'll swing again.
Okay. Same. Oh, still at disadvantage.
Yep. That would be a 12.
Still does not hit.
Okay. That would be my turn.
All right. Okay, Zoltan. Since you saved at the end of your last turn, so you're good now to do what you want to fight this bloated Eldrazi monstrosity.
He's going to say, by my valor and the valor of the Reach. And he's going to place a hand on his chest, and you can hear distantly the roar of the crowd, and he's going to cast Shield of Faith on himself. So +2 on AC for the duration. So then he's going to go up, and he's going to start hitting this thing. 22.
That hits.
And that is 6 damage. And then for the second attack, that is a 16. Oh, that's actually really good. Okay, 14 damage. Yes, my damage output is like next to none right at this point. It's still good.
Yeah,
Don't
I was
get
going
me
to say
wrong.
14's pretty good. Is
It's
that your
no
turn?
41 though. Yeah, that's
No, it's not
that's
41.
it for me. That was
Thank
my
goodness
bonus
it's not
action,
41.
and movement.
I mean,
Alright.
compared to 3.
Back to the monstrosity. Zoltan, since you snapped out of its effect, it's going to turn to you. It's going to stare into your soul again. Let's see what happens to you this time. So you feel this pounding into your head as this thing makes a mental barrage into your brain. I need you to make me a wisdom save.
16.
16? Okay, that works. You're going to take half damage. You're going to take 7 psychic damage.
Okay.
And then it is going to pound you with its tentacles.
I will try.
Does a 23 hit?
Fine. Okay.
7 damage. 7 bludgeoning damage. And that will be its turn. So now it's Tepi.
So it ended its turn where it was, right?
Yes, it has not moved.
So it's going to take 3D. It has to make another dexterity saving throw against the sphere. So if a creature ends its turn within 5 feet of the sphere, it'll take that damage again.
It fails. What's the damage?
It's a great question. Let's see. That is 10. 10 damage against
Alright.
it.
Steam billows off of this thing as the water evaporates, and it's the fleshy parts of it next to the fire starts to boil and turn black.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Excellent.
Now
All
it's your
right.
turn.
And then for my turn, for my action, I will be casting Cure Wounds on myself at 3rd level. So let's see, 1d8 plus my spell casting. Let me roll 3d8 real fast.
Just out of curiosity, is the Flaming Sphere a concentration spell, or does it just stay there?
It's concentration.
Okay. Just curious.
It is concentration.
Same
No, you're good.
deal with the Shield of Faith.
Okay.
So I should make 2 concentration checks against DC 10, right?
I think so.
That first one passes, the both of them pass.
Okay. You're all good then.
Quick question.
Yes.
Is spell attack bonus the same as spell... Oh, wait, no, spell casting ability modifier. That's just my wisdom. Never mind. We're good. Okay. So that's 15 plus my wisdom is 19. Okay. I heal myself for 19 hit points. And then bonus action, gonna slam the sphere into it again. So I need another dexterity saving throw.
Natural 20.
Dang it.
Half
okay.
damage. It's
Yeah,
still half
still half.
damage. You
Yes.
got this.
So 7 points of damage.
Hey, that's good. On half?
Mhm.
That was good.
Mm-hmm. That was a really good roll of 3.
All right. Karg's turn.
All
Still
right.
hallucinating. Or did
Still
you save?
hallucinating.
No, you didn't save.
Did I roll to save?
I don't know. Oh, I think I'm thinking Zoltan rolled to save. Go ahead and roll to save
Oh,
real quick.
I don't think I rolled. Okay.
It was a wisdom.
Wisdom. 5.
Yeah, nope. You didn't save. You're still hallucinating.
All right. 2 more wild blind strikes. So I tried to kill my hallucinations. That'd be 14 on the first hit,
Misses.
and less than that. Both miss.
All right. Now it's Zoltan's turn.
Question.
Yes.
So does the flaming sphere grant advantage if I'm flanking with it?
That's a good question.
I mean,
Yeah.
so with flanking, does it have to be flanking with a creature, or can it be like something of your allies? I think that's where it's going to get technical. Is
It's
whether
usually
it's a
worded
creature.
as like your allies, but I don't
I
know.
feel like I remember from like what's the name of the guy? Someone on YouTube saying, "Hey, yeah, you can flank with it."
You know what?
I
Go
mean,
ahead.
if we go-
I will say Karg is currently flanking with the flaming sphere, but you can get up next
He's
to
not
Karg.
threatening it. He's not threatening it.
Mm.
I'm trying.
He's trying to be very
Karg is
threatening.
really trying. He's doing some cool flips and throwing his staff around, but can't seem to find anything to hit.
So you're going to grant me the advantage from flanking?
Yes.
Excellent.
You're standing next to Karg. I will say, since he's hallucinating and he's attacking wildly on his turn, there will be a chance of
Might
him
just
hitting
hit
you.
me. 19 to hit.
Hits.
That's a total of 6 damage on that hit.
All right.
Oh, and that's a critical. Blood dice are out for blood tonight. So 10 plus 12, 22, 25 total. And that's
Dang.
without any extra spells or anything being layered in.
That's awesome.
All right, you deal a pretty good blow to this thing. There's a good chunk of the stone armor that it's put around itself falls away, revealing the bloated, monstrous form beneath. And it's now going to be its turn. It does not look good, so it's going to do a little bit of a thing. It's going to try and do one of its 4 frightening auras, but this time rather than targeting one person, he's targeting 10 feet in every direction from where he is.
Oof.
Wisdom save?
No, actually.
What?
You don't get to
Why?
save from this one. I need you to roll me a d100. Karg, roll me another d100.
Oh boy.
Got all zeros. Is that good?
That's 100.
I don't know what's going on with the blood dice.
Oh,
Blood dice
no.
are something else. They're cursed.
I
they're
will tell you
awesome,
what
I
Zoltan
love-
gets in a second. Karg, what did you roll?
Karg rolled a 33.
33. This is actually pretty thematic. Karg, you are now under the frightened condition and must use your action and movement each round to flee from the source of your fear.
Is what is it that I'm technically fearing?
So you're technically fearing the monstrosity, but in your
Uh-huh.
hallucination, Asther has been in the place of the monstrosity.
Okay.
So in your
Okay.
hallucination, you're running from Asther, but you're actually going to be running from this monster.
Perfect. That works.
Zoltan, you rolled a 100. Your character falls unconscious.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yep. You fall
Does it say you want
unconscious.
low? Holy crap.
You wanted not 91 to 100. Let me check something real quick.
Do his hit points fall to 0?
That's what I'm
Or is he
checking.
just unconscious?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
That does
checking-
make a big difference.
I'm checking what the definition of unconscious is. You're incapacitated, can't move or speak, you're unaware of your surroundings, you drop whatever you're holding and fall prone, you automatically fail strength and dexterity saving throws, attack rolls against you have advantage, and any attack that hits you is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet. So it doesn't say anything about HP, but you are down.
This man's gonna drown.
Yeah.
Oh, what's
That's
your
a- that's
constitution
Very
modifier?
valid.
Plus 3.
So he's got 3 minutes. As long as he doesn't get hit and lose his breath. Because you can hold your breath for 1 minute every constitution point.
And since Zoltan is unconscious and Karg is hallucinating, the monster's going to move away from the flaming sphere, and it's going to do a tentacle bash on Zoltan.
Ooh.
I think that my shield of faith goes away, doesn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a dirty 20 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit. And it's a critical.
You take 38 bludgeoning damage.
Zoltan's unconscious. Like, he was unconscious before he's hit 0.
Okay.
It's death saves.
Oh, shoot, and you're drowning.
Would that count as one failure every round? Would that just
Technically,
be
taking damage counts as a failure. So,
That's
well,
2
and if
failures.
it's within 5 feet, it's 2 failures.
Oh, he might be.
I might be dead.
we'll see what happens. You know what? I'm going to be a generous DM. And I'm going to say when this thing bashed you, its tentacle wrapped around you and pulled you out of the water. So you're not underwater, but you are currently being held up in the air by this monstrosity, and its tentacle is coiling around you.
So that's going to be a critical hit next turn. So if I get a failure, I'm down.
That's the monster's turn, Tepi. You can see it holding the unconscious, dangling body of Zoltan. And Karg is, like, very obviously not here mentally. He's been missing
Okay.
every hit. Yeah. Zoltan, if you survive this fight, I've got some fun stuff for you.
I don't think he will. I'll tell you that much right now.
It's possible.
Considering that my luck
Okay.
has been super good or super bad.
I think at this point, the best option for Tepi is to try to take it down. So she's going to cast Scorching Ray. And that's the one where it's the 3 rays.
What's the range on
So
Is
that
it like
is 120.
120?
that? Okay.
It's
That's
120
definitely
feet, yeah.
within. I just wanted to double check, make sure it wasn't like 30 feet or something.
No, yeah, you're totally good. So it's a 25, a 15, and a 14.
The 25 hits. The rest don't.
What?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh no. Oh,
Oh.
I'll say the 15 was really
That-
close.
Yeah, that is okay. So 8 points of fire damage from that. And then I should be good for the flaming sphere. Let me double check it though.
no. Unless it moved more than 30 feet.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm still good. Okay. Just in case, I'll move up like 10 feet closer. Just like a little tiny bit closer. And again, ram the flaming sphere into it.
Alright.
Like on the opposite side of where it's holding Zoltan.
Okay. That's a failed deck save, so full damage.
Okay. Okay. 7.
All right.
7 points of fire
your Fiery
damage.
darts fly out of your hands. 2 of them dart around the creature, missing entirely. One hitting straight in the center of its armor, blowing a chunk away. And as you move this flaming sphere, it envelops right into that hole you just created, filling the armor of the creature, enveloping it. And you hear this unholy scream rip through all of your minds, except for Zoltan, as this thing boils and bulges and explodes. Flesh and tentacles flying everywhere. Zoltan's body falls into the water. Not too far, you don't take damage from it. It was only like 10 feet.
10 feet is enough to take damage.
It's in water, you're fine. We're going off Minecraft mechanics. But you have successfully defeated the Eldrazi monstrosity.
It was an Eldrazi.
Oh.
Okay. Immediately, Tepi's going to get over there as fast as she can. Smack a Cure Wounds onto Zoltan. First level, sorry, I'm tapped out everywhere
Hey,
else.
don't
Wake
worry, I've got it. We're good.
Yeah. Yeah, just to get him up and awake. Let's see. Where did you go? Cure
And
Wounds.
Karg's hallucination drops.
Yep, it does. You're no longer frightened. Everything goes back to normal. You look around and you see the remains of this monster floating in the water as Tepi is rushing over to Zoltan's unconscious floating body. Actually, probably not floating because he's wearing heavy armor. So she's like reaching
Yeah.
into the water and you don't see Zoltan anywhere.
Yeah,
Oh.
she'll reach in and like struggle to pull him up. And
Once I realize what she's doing, I'll run over there and help her out.
Okay.
awesome. And she's just gonna kind of not slap, but smack his cheek a couple times and cast Cure Wounds that way. And be
Okay.
like, wake up.
Don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die.
Yeah. Oh, and that is, sorry, I forgot to say 7 HP.
Zoltan is at 7. He wakes up, he's like, okay. I got it, right?
No.
Oh.
I did. But you're alive.
And what was
He
I
looks
doing?
very sheepish at this.
You, well, helped? You looked really confused.
I mean, we
Where's
were
my sword?
here the whole time, right? Like, and that thing was never on fire.
Well, like a little bit.
That doesn't help. Okay, I'm confused, but we're okay now, right?
Zoltan, real quick, I want you to roll me another D100.
30.
You just rolled on the indefinite madness table from the DMG. You have a new flaw for your character, and it is as follows. I try to become more like someone else I know, adopting his or her style of dress, mannerisms, and name. The only way to be cured of that flaw is with the Calm Emotion spell or a lesser restoration, or remove curse. You have that flaw indefinitely until you fall under the effect of one of those spells.
Is this something that he would be aware of?
No, he would not be aware of it. It's a change that is going to manifest in the way he behaves and the way you play him, but he himself does not know that he has incurred this madness.
Okay, so tell me, what is Tepi's style?
I mean, it looks very functional. I don't have great words to describe it. So she's from. It's Ixalan. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. I had doubts for a second. The humans there are very much based on ancient Aztec culture. Very much that style of wear, style of garb. It's colorful, lots of patterns. I can look up more info later and send it to you, but as a rough
Does
broad
Tepi
stroke.
have any sort of like headdress or anything like that?
She doesn't have a full-on headdress. I think she probably wears her hair in a specific style, but there's not a headdress per
Are
se.
there any feathers that she has in her hair?
Yeah, I'd say there's one or two.
Where do I get one of those?
What?
I want one.
We can find you one probably.
Okay. Yep, we're good. All right. So, putting a hand on his chest, he's gonna dump all of his lay on hands, 25 hit points back into himself, taking me up to 32. What's next?
As soon as you say that, the beach over where Goar disappeared, the sand starts like flying everywhere, and you see he's, where is it? Where is it? And he's like, he just burst out of the sand. Very obviously has been like clawing and digging his way out of the sand this whole time, and just burst out and is looking around frantically, like looking for the Minotaur monster.
It's gone. I'll just say
What?
that much. It's gone. Me too. Yeah, let's go.
Is the guy still there?
No, the guy is gone.
Okay. And no one saw that happen.
Nope. You don't
And we're
know
not
where he
visiting
went.
we're not visiting beaches anytime soon. Let's go.
Yeah, no beach episode.
No, we don't need that.
This was our beach episode. I didn't like it.
As you get back to the village, Dante, still tied to the building, is now like calling out, like, "Hello? Help! Who tied me up? Oh, my arms are sore. Hello?" And the light up in the Orla's window is not going on and off. It's just off. You don't hear the crying. And you see Ivan come around the corner, elderly man, very thick beard, obviously being attracted to the sound of Dante calling out. And he glances over at you. He sees you, Tepi. He's like, "Oh, Tepi, you're outside at night. What are you? These are new friends."
I found them.
"Oh, good.
And she just
What happened to Dante?"
shrugs.
And he's gonna run over to Dante. He's like, "This is a really good knot." And he's gonna start working on undoing the knot to untie Dante.
So where are we?
Oh, welcome to Hidden Shores. It's our little community here. Where's everyone? I guess they're all asleep. Yeah, Hidden Shores, you're apparently new. We built this place to hide from the vampires.
Now, I do want to note, Azra, they would very much probably look like demons to
Yes.
Innistrad people.
He catches sight of you. I'm going to say you were standing kind of behind Goar for a moment. You come around into view, and he stops and he looks at you. He's like, "Tepi, what's that?" And he points at Zoltan.
Tepi, she'll turn around and look at Zoltan too. She's probably never seen anyone like him either, now
Nope.
that she like stops and thinks about it.
Man's purple, has horns.
And a big old don't mess with me sword.
I don't know. And she comes to the realization she never actually learned any names.
Keeping an eye on Zoltan, he's going to move around behind Dante so that Dante is between him and Zoltan and continue untying the knot, just waiting for Zoltan to do something fiendish.
Karg's gonna walk up and just cut the rope.
Do you have a blade?
Got sharpened darts. Does that work?
It'd take a long time. I think
Okay.
Ivan will probably have him untied before you get cut through with a dart.
Let's see. I have a
Zoltan's
strength
gonna
of
turn around and
17.
start
Can
walking.
I just start tearing off the rope?
Oh,
I'll say once Ivan's got a good bit of the knots, you can tell his fingers are moving very quickly. He's very accustomed to tying knots. He gets to a point where it's mostly untied, and you walk over and grab and just pull the rest of the way, and you're able to get Dante free. And he starts rubbing his arms. They're very, very black and blue, very bruised from him pulling at the rope. And it's like, oh man, I don't remember. Why am I here? Why was I tied up? What's going on?
Zoltan, he's gonna with this fear that he's been inspiring. He blocks it, recognizes that, and he's like, "It's not worth it." And he's just gonna turn around and start walking back towards the beach where this fight happened.
Okay. So Zoltan turns and starts walking away.
Where are you going?
Not here.
Where? There's nowhere. You going back down there?
He walks relatively close to Karg. Look at that fear. It's not what I want to do. It's not what I want to inspire.
I mean, have you looked in the mirror? You're purple, bro.
I know. I'm well
Okay.
aware of that.
Okay.
It's been a night. And you know what? There's a lot to think about. So I'm going to go do that.
Just wait one sec. Carter's gonna kind of put an arm around him and kind of start pulling him closer over to Dante. What was the other guy's name?
Can I
Ivan.
do an acrobatics check to, duck out of this?
You can do contested acrobatics. Acrobatics versus dex, whichever.
Yeah.
Please
15.
do against a monk.
That is a 22.
Try to
Zoltan's
duck, you
desperately
squeeze
trying to
tighter.
squirm his way
Kinda
out,
like
and
lo-
yeah, Karg just arm locks this guy, pulls him over.
walks him over to Dante and just says, "So we don't know exactly what's going on, but there was a giant sea monster that was pretty much drawing you all in to eat down by the shore over there.
What?
It's dead now, so don't
How
worry
many people
about
did
it."
it eat? And Dante's
Oh,
like,
I have.
"Where's my wife? Where's my
That
wife?"
guy,
And he runs
that's
off.
that's not the point I'm trying to make. Okay, whatever. Anyways, this guy here, Zoltan, super nice guy. He totally helped us kill it. So meet Zoltan. And I'm just trying to I'm trying to introduce him. Don't care at all that they're worried about who's dead and who got eaten. Doesn't seem to care at all for that. Doesn't matter to him. He has an idea and he's trying to try to help. This is him trying to
Ivan
help.
is very obviously perturbed by this news of the sea monster, and that he's like, that explains why it's so quiet at night, I guess. He looks at Zoltan. He's like, thank you, I guess. Are you a demon?
Those who annoy me.
Am I being annoying?
Not yet.
Okay.
Ed is
He-
probably
he-
the
he's
operative
not-
there.
He's not a demon. He's good. He's good. He's like, see, Zoltan, you're good. And just kind of lean in. Is Dante the one that's still there?
No, it's
Oh,
Ivan.
Dante ran
It's
off.
Ivan.
Dante ran
He's
off.
gonna-
Ivan's still there.
Just gonna lean in, kind of involve. Karg doesn't really realize what he's doing. He just kind of leans over and whispers in Ivan's ear. None of you guys can hear it. Only he can. He says, "He's not a demon. I am." And the eyes kind of flash yellow, and then he leans back, just kind of walks away.
Ivan is like, he looks at you, Tepi, just terror all over his features. He's like, I recommend you find new friends. I'm going home. And he runs off, and he goes back to his house.
Tepi, she's gonna kind of stand there for a moment, soggy, confused, worried, and she's gonna kind of look around at the various people in the village, and they're all those that she can see. I'm sure there are very few, and they're all helping each other. And she kind of stands there off to the side, and then she's going to turn and follow Karg and Zoltan.
All right. And that will conclude this special Halloween one-shot Waves of Madness. Thank you all for tuning in. We really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all for joining us in this episode of Fireside Dice. This podcast is produced by Realms of Roleplaying, and all music used in this program was produced by Alexander Nakarada of Serpent Sound Studios. We'll see you all in the next episode.